Thank you for tuning in to TTV. I'm your host, Toya, and today is Reflection Friday. I don't know why I've been singing the titles like all week, but I have, but it is what it is. So, Reflection Friday. So, why do we need to reflect on the past? So, with this being New Year's Eve and the starting of a new year, 2022, tomorrow, I wanted to come on here, and this is a perfect time for reflection. Reflect over the year, how you've grown, what you've been through, how you've changed, what lessons you've learned. Like learning all of that and going back over and reflecting everything that happened to you. And then tying in what we talked about on Monday as far as the gratitude part into it as well. And really spending some time to really think about where you started out at the beginning of 2021 and where you're ending up. Now, for some of us, we might not be where we want it to be. And if that case, then you know what you need to work on coming into 2022. For some of us, we have exceeded where we expected to be. And that's the part where you sit down and you meditate in gratitude and reflection and just look at everything that you've accomplished. This has been a very trying year for a lot of people. It's been very what's the word I'm looking for? Like it's pushed you to your limits this year, okay? 2021 has pushed you to your limits this year. Well, I know we started with the lockdowns and things last year, but everything that's going on with, the stuff that's in the news, I don't want my video getting tagged or pulled, but you guys know what's going on right now. And just all the chaos that comes from that and all the changes that have made and just everything that we have experienced. People needing mental health issues and people needing help with their mental health issues. People needing help just being around each other, just the temperaments and just everything that we've been experiencing over the past year. And it doesn't mean that you just have to stick to what just happened in 2021. You can think about what happened in 2020, what happened in the years before that. You can reflect on everything that you've been through from the time when you were a child to who you are today, because that has changed and it's made a difference in you. So this is a time to think back on where it is you've been and also where you want to go for 2022. And that's where it gets fun. So you get to manifest some things and bring some things to fruition. Write it out. Take that time to really truly figure out what it is you want to do for the future, where you want to see yourself in 2022. What do you see in the first quarter, which is the first 3 or 4 months? What do you see what come this time next year? Where do you want to be? What do you want to say you've done? What do you want to say you've accomplished? And maybe create a vision board. Do whatever you need to do in order to manifest what you want to come and reflect for the future. Okay? So reflection isn't just always just looking back on the past, which we need to do. So that, because if you don't understand where you've been or what you've been through and you haven't learned those lessons, then they're going to keep repeating themselves and you're going to keep coming across it until you do sit down and reflect and get the growth out of everything that you've already experienced. So reflect on the past so you can learn those lessons and understand why you had to go through everything you went through. And then you reflect on your future, on where you want to go and what do you want to manifest for 2022. I'm getting confused already. But anyway, so for 2022, what do you want to do? So like I said, you could do a vision board, write it out. Okay. I cannot say this and stress this enough. Write it out, okay? The best way to remember and put it out there is to write it out and then reflect on it, okay? So just because you wrote it out and these are your resolutions or whatever you want to call them for the year 2022, go back and look at them. Don't just write it out and then walk away from it. Write it out, reflect on it, sit on it, meditate, visualize, do what you need to do. Spend that time with 2022 so that you can make it what you want it to be, honey, okay? But really, for real though, spend the time with that and keep coming over. And I know we all go through these resolutions that we want and I want this and I want that, I want this. How about we focus on one thing that you want to change, so that it's not so overwhelming and it's not so hard for you to obtain or to reach that goal or to meet what it is you're trying to do. Let's just pick one thing you want to be different in 2022. It could be a behavior of yours. It can be part of your environment, your bank account, whatever it is that you want. Let's reflect on one thing, one change, one major change that you would like to see happen come the year 2022. It could be, again, closeness to your friends. Maybe you one of those that you want another child or a child. Have a child. You want a relationship. You know, it's hard to be in a relationship with somebody else if you can't be in one with your own self. So, again, that's why we have to reflect. Because the more time you reflect, the more time you spend with yourself, the more time you spend with yourself, the more time you like yourself. And if you don't like yourself, then that means you have things to change. So it's a never ending circle. But in any case, like I said, just pick one thing this year. Let's not go through lists and all this. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to make this. No, let's just pick one thing and make it happen. Manifest it, visualize it, and really make it come to be. So that's the message for today. I wish everyone a safe and happy New Year's. I hope you get everything that you truly desire for 2022. And I know it's going to be a wonderful year for us all. And the things that are happening right now that are driving us crazy, we're not going to deal with next year, y'all. Like 2 years was enough. And it's going to be the last year for it. So when we go into 2022, that's going to be it. It's going to be done. That's it. No more. Okay? Manifest that with me. Put that intention with it, with me. Okay? So we can really make that happen. But I love you guys, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.